What if I told you some of the most overlooked plants around you were once considered essential knowledge? Most people walk past these plants every day without realizing what they are. They grow in sidewalks, gardens, and open spaces, so common that they're often ignored or removed without a second thought. But historically, these weren't seen as useless. They were part of everyday life. People recognized them, used them in simple ways, and passed that knowledge down through generations. Some of these plants were even mentioned in historical and cultural texts, not as rare discoveries, but as something familiar and widely understood. Now, modern research is starting to take a closer look again, and what's being found is bringing new attention to what was once normal. Number 9 is something people step on almost daily, yet almost no one stops to think about it. And the last one was used for generations, but most people today wouldn't recognize it at all. Once you see these, you won't look at the ground around you the same way again. Because the truth is, these plants were never hidden. They were just forgotten. For most of human history, these plants weren't considered unusual or alternative. They were simply part of daily life. People lived closer to the land, so they naturally became familiar with what grew around them. Plants weren't something separate from everyday routines. They were part of food, simple home practices, and basic ways of supporting the body. Knowledge about them didn't come from formal systems. It came from observation, experience, and repetition. This understanding was passed down informally. Families shared it across generations. What to gather, when to use it, and how to prepare it became something people just knew. It wasn't treated as specialized knowledge. It was practical and accessible. Over time, that connection began to change. As lifestyles became more modern and structured, fewer people spent time interacting directly with the land. Cities expanded, daily routines shifted indoors, and convenience started to replace familiarity. Instead of recognizing plants by sight and use, people began relying more on packaged and processed options. The plants themselves didn't disappear. They continued growing in the same places: fields, paths, gardens, and even cracks in sidewalks. What changed was awareness. Because of that shift, this kind of knowledge became less visible in everyday life. Not erased, but no longer part of what most people regularly notice or use. Now, something interesting is happening. There's growing attention around these same plants again. Researchers are beginning to explore their natural compounds, their nutritional value, and how they may support general wellness. In many cases, these findings reflect what people had already observed through generations of use, which creates a different perspective. Because this isn't about discovering something new, it's about recognizing something that was always there and slowly learning to see it again. Here are 13 plants that have been around you this whole time, growing in places you see every day, but rarely stop to notice. We're starting with the more familiar ones, plants you've probably seen before, but never really thought about. Then we'll move into the ones people usually ignore, even though they're right in front of them. And by the end, you'll see a few that were once widely known, but are now mostly forgotten. Pay attention as we go, because number 9 is something people step on almost daily without realizing what it is. Dandelion. The everywhere survivor. You've seen this before. Bright yellow flowers pushing through cracks in sidewalks, lawns, even abandoned soil patches. Most people ignore it as just a weed, but dandelion, Taraxacum officinale, grows almost anywhere the wind can carry its seeds, making it one of the most widespread wild plants on Earth. Historically, it was not ignored at all. In traditional European and Middle Eastern herbal practices, its leaves and roots were commonly used in tonics and seasonal infusions. It was valued because nearly every part of the plant was considered usable, from root to flower. Modern studies suggest dandelion contains compounds like flavonoids and inulin, which researchers have explored for their antioxidant and digestive support associations. But this is where it gets interesting. What most people call a weed is actually a survival specialist thriving where cultivated plants fail. Plantain, the sidewalk healer. You've walked past it 100 times without noticing broad green leaves, hugging the ground in driveways, footpaths, and compacted soil. Plantago major thrives where the earth is most disturbed, quietly reclaiming space others avoid. Historically, it was known as a field bandage, with crushed leaves applied in traditional practices for minor skin support and everyday first aid use in rural communities. Modern studies suggest antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory compounds that researchers have explored for skin-related applications. But this is where it gets interesting. What survives being stepped on daily often carries some of the most resilient biological traits in nature. Stinging nettle. The painful green treasure. Most people remember this plant only by touch an unexpected sting from serrated leaves along trails, riverbanks, and forest edges. Urtica dioica grows aggressively in nutrient-rich, slightly disturbed soils, often forming dense patches that people avoid without a second thought. Historically, nettle was widely used in European and Asian folk traditions for food and household fiber despite its sting. Once dried or cooked, it loses its irritating hairs and becomes a nutrient-dense edible green used in soups and teas. Modern studies suggest nettle contains vitamins, minerals like iron and magnesium, and plant compounds that researchers have explored for antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activity. But this is where it gets interesting. Something that defends itself with pain often turns out to be one of the most resource-rich plants in its environment, chickweed. The hidden ground carpet. You've probably stepped over it without noticing a delicate, low-growing plant forming soft green mats in gardens, fields, and shaded paths. Stellaria media blends so well into its surroundings that it often goes completely unseen. Historically, chickweed was gathered in early spring as a fresh, wild green in parts of Europe and Asia, especially when cultivated crops were scarce after winter. It was valued as one of the first edible plants to return each year. Modern studies suggest it contains plant compounds like saponins and flavonoids, which researchers have explored for antioxidant-related properties. But this is where it gets interesting. What hides in plain sight often becomes nature's earliest signal that the environment is waking back to life. Yarrow. The quiet field defender. You've likely brushed past it in dry meadows and roadside fields' finely divided leaves and flat clusters of tiny white flowers that blend into grass until you look closely. A. Chilea milfolium often goes unnoticed, yet it has followed human landscapes for thousands of years. Historically, it appears in European and Asian herbal traditions, where it was collected from wild fields and used in various folk preparations. Its presence in ancient burial sites even suggests symbolic or practical importance in early societies. Modern studies suggest it contains compounds like flavonoids and volatile oils that researchers have explored for antioxidant and skin-supporting activity, especially in traditional topical uses. But this is where it gets interesting. Plants that survive repeated cutting and grazing don't just endure, they adapt into some of the most resilient biological patterns in the wild. Clover. The lawn alchemist. You've seen it everywhere. Soft green patches with 3 leaflets spreading through lawns, fields, and roadside soil. Trifolium repens often blends so well into grass that it's only noticed when it flowers in small white or pinkish globes. Historically, clover was widely valued in agriculture as a natural soil-enriching plant, often used in crop rotation systems across Europe and Asia to restore tired land. Modern studies suggest it supports nitrogen-fixing relationships with soil bacteria, improving soil fertility naturally. But this is where it gets interesting. What looks like an ordinary lawn filler is actually part of a hidden system that quietly rebuilds the ground beneath your feet. Shepherd's purse. The pocket seed plant. You've likely seen it without realizing small, delicate rosettes with tiny white flowers and distinctive heart-shaped seed pods. Capsula bursa pastoris grows in fields, sidewalks, and disturbed soil, often appearing where land has recently been cleared or turned. Historically, it was recorded in European and Asian herbal traditions, where it was gathered as a common wild plant during seasonal foraging periods. Modern studies suggest it contains plant compounds like flavonoids and alkaloids that researchers have explored for circulatory and antioxidant-related properties. But this is where it gets interesting. Plants that thrive after disruption often become nature's first responders, stabilizing soil and life before anything else can return. Purslane. The sunlight succulent survivor. You've probably seen it spreading low across hot pavement cracks or garden beds' thick reddish stems with small fleshy green leaves that look almost like tiny water storage units. Portulaca oleracea thrives where heat and dryness drive most plants away. Historically, it was eaten across ancient Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, and Asian cultures as a common wild green, especially during dry seasons when fresh vegetables were limited. Modern studies suggest purslane is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, and antioxidant compounds that researchers have explored for nutritional value. But this is where it gets interesting. Plants that store water to survive extremes often double as some of the most nutrient-dense wild greens in human history. Burdock. The deep-root memory plant. You've likely seen it along trails and forgotten edges of land, large, rough leaves with burr-like seed heads that cling stubbornly to clothing and animal fur. Artium lapa grows in disturbed soil, roadsides, and abandoned fields, often going unnoticed until its hooks attach themselves to everything passing by. Historically, burdock root was used in East Asian and European traditions as a common food and herbal ingredient, especially in times when hardy root vegetables were essential for survival through seasons. Modern studies suggest it contains inulin and plant polyphenols that researchers have explored for gut microbiome and antioxidant-related activity. But this is where it gets interesting. Plants that anchor themselves with deep, stubborn roots often become long-term restorers of depleted soil systems. Mallow, the ancient soft leaf. You've likely seen it growing quietly along fences, gardens, and roadsides, rounded, softly lobed leaves with delicate purple flowers. Malva sylvestris often blends into human spaces so naturally that it feels almost like part of the background. Historically, mallow was widely recorded in Mediterranean and Middle Eastern traditions as a common edible green, especially valued in times of scarcity when cultivated vegetables were limited. Modern studies suggest it contains mucilage compounds and flavonoids that researchers have explored for soothing and antioxidant-related properties. But this is where it gets interesting. Plants with soft, protective textures often became early examples of how humans learned to interact gently with wild food sources in everyday life. Lamb's quarters. The wild spinach impostor, you've probably pulled it from garden beds without knowing its value. Soft, dusty green leaves with a slight silvery sheen that make it easy to mistake for an ordinary weed. Chenopodium album grows rapidly in disturbed soil, especially where land has been recently tilled or left unattended. Historically, it was a widely consumed wild green in Europe, Asia, and indigenous fruit traditions, often used as a substitute for cultivated spinach when crops were not available. Modern studies suggest it contains notable levels of vitamins A, C, and minerals, with plant compounds researchers have explored for antioxidant and nutritional density. But this is where it gets interesting. Some of the most nutritionally rich wild greens are the ones people remove first before ever realizing their value. Violet, the hidden forest jewel. You've likely stepped past it without noticing small heart-shaped leaves and delicate purple flowers tucked under hedges, along forest edges, and in shaded gardens. Viola odorata often stays low to the ground, revealing itself only when it blooms briefly in early seasons. Historically, violets were recorded in ancient Greek and Roman traditions, where they were admired not only for their scent, but also for their symbolic association with renewal and modest beauty in nature. Modern studies suggest violets contain flavonoids and aromatic compounds that researchers have explored for antioxidant and calming-related properties. But this is where it gets interesting. Some of the most delicate plants survive best in the quietest, least disturbed corners of the environment, almost like nature's hidden signals of balance. Cleavers, the Velcro vine of the wild. You probably felt it without noticing them, climbing stems with tiny hooked hairs that cling to clothing, socks, and fur as you pass through hedges and overgrown paths. Gallium aperine is one of those plants that announces itself only after it has already caught you. Historically, cleavers appeared in European and Asian folk foraging traditions as a spring green, often gathered young before its sticky texture fully developed. It was valued as a seasonal plant that marked the transition of early growth in wild landscapes. Modern studies suggest it contains iridoids and other plant compounds that researchers have explored for lymphatic and antioxidant-related activity. Some of the most important plants are the ones we step on, pull out, or ignore every day. The shift happens when you realize many of them were part of human survival, culture, and even ancient stories recorded across civilizations. What looks ordinary from the surface often carries a much deeper role in how people lived with nature. Astrish dandelion, the everywhere survivor, it grows through cracks in concrete, lawns, and abandoned soil. Most people treat it as a weed, but it has been recognized for centuries in traditional European and Middle Eastern practices as a useful wild plant. Its presence across nearly every region shows how closely it adapts to human-altered ground, turning disruption into growth. Astris plantain, the footpath healer found in compacted soil, walking paths, and places constantly stepped on. Ancient rural communities in Europe and Asia, often used in everyday household remedies. What stands out is its ability to thrive exactly where pressure is highest, surviving where most plants fail completely. Ask clover, the ground restorer, common in lawns and fields, often overlooked as simple ground cover. In agricultural history, it played an important role in crop rotation systems because of its relationship with soil enrichment. It quietly supports the land while blending into it, almost unnoticed underfoot. Asterisk fig tree, the biblical shelter tree. Mentioned in ancient texts and early cultural narratives, the fig tree appears across Mediterranean history. It grows in warm, settled regions and often near old human settlements. Its large leaves and fruit made it part of early agricultural life, symbolizing abundance and shelter in many traditions. Ask olive tree. The ancient living archive asks one of the longest cultivated trees in human history, deeply rooted in Mediterranean culture. It appears in historical records as a symbol of peace and stability. Olive trees can live for centuries, sometimes thousands of years, standing through generations of human change. Ash, wheat. The silent foundation, ash, not often noticed in its raw field form, yet it became one of the most important crops in human civilization. Ancient societies built entire food systems around it. Its presence in historical and cultural records shows how deeply it shaped settlement, farming, and daily survival. What changes everything is realizing these plants were never separate from human life. They were part of it from the beginning, shaping survival, culture, and everyday experience in ways most people never stop to see. What stands out after all of this is simple. None of these plants are rare or hidden in a real sense. They have always been around people, growing in paths, fields, gardens, and even through cracks in cities. The difference was never their presence, but our awareness of them. Once you start recognizing them, familiar places feel slightly different. A patch of grass is no longer just grass. A roadside edge is no longer empty space. Even what was once ignored begins to look like part of a living system that has been there all along, quietly doing its work without attention. There's a subtle shift that happens here. You stop seeing these plants as background details and start noticing them as long-term survivors of human and natural change. That awareness doesn't make the world new, it just reveals what was already there. In that way, value wasn't added, it was noticed. Have you noticed any of these plants in your daily surroundings? Share what you've seen or recognized in your area. Everyone notices different things, and that's what makes it interesting. Stay curious and keep exploring what's already growing around you.